Why did Sherlock Holmes use a magnifying glass? Because he couldn't find a microscoping glass. Now that we've solved that mystery, let's unravel another one. Welcome to the intriguing world of Sherlock, a tool that's more than just a nod to the world's most famous detective. Sherlock is a digital magnifying glass, a tool that can help you find someone's social media accounts. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would I need to find someone's social media accounts? Well, if you're a tech enthusiast, a digital marketer, or just a curious cat, Sherlock can be your best friend. It's a powerful tool that can help you understand the digital footprints we all leave behind. And the best part? It's as easy to use as a regular magnifying glass, though a little less likely to start a fire if left in the sun. So, ready to play detective? Let's jump into the world of Sherlock. Ever wondered what's in Sherlock's toolkit? No, it's not a deerstalker hat or a pipe. It's your very own computer. That's right. The only tool you need to become a digital detective is right in front of you. Your computer is your magnifying glass, the window into the online world. Now of course you'll need a trusty sidekick, the internet. Like Sherlock's trusty companion Watson, the internet will be there to provide you with all the data you need. Lastly, you'll need Python. No, not the snake. Python, the programming language. It's like the modern-day equivalent of Sherlock's violin, a tool to aid in your thought process and bring your detective skills to life. So there you have it, your computer, internet, and Python. The digital age's answer to the deerstalker hat, pipe, and violin. Now that we have our detective gear ready, it's time to dive into the action. What does Sherlock and a new app have in common? They both need installing, but don't worry, it's easier than solving a murder mystery. Now let's get down to business. Installing Sherlock is a walk in the park, even easier than convincing Watson to follow Sherlock on a wild goose chase at 3 in the morning. First, you'll need to have Python installed on your computer. If you don't have it yet, it's like not having a magnifying glass in your detective toolkit. Head on over to the Python website and get it set up. Once Python is ready and raring to go, it's time to summon Sherlock from the depths of GitHub. It's like calling for your loyal hound, but instead of a bark, you get a bunch of code. Just type in git clone into your terminal or command prompt. There, you've just summoned Sherlock. But wait, he's not quite ready to sniff out social media accounts just yet. We need to make sure he's well fed first. And by that, I mean installing the necessary Python libraries. Navigate to the Sherlock directory. It's like stepping into 221B Baker Street, but with less clutter. Once you're there, type python 3 mpip install r requirements .xt. This is like serving up Sherlock's favorite meal, ensuring he's got the energy to tackle those online mysteries. And just like that, you've installed Sherlock. You're now ready to delve into the world of social media with your digital detective sidekick. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use Sherlock wisely and always respect privacy. And voila, Sherlock is ready to solve some mysteries. But don't forget, even the best detective can't do it alone. So, be sure to stick around for the next scene where we'll show you how to unleash Sherlock's full potential. It's going to be elementary, my dear viewers. Now what's a detective without a case? Bored, that's what. So let's give Sherlock a case to solve. Sherlock is a tool that's as sharp as a tack, and it's ready to flex its detective muscles. No magnifying glass needed here, just a few lines of code and you're off to the races. Don't worry, you don't need to be a coding whiz to get Sherlock cracking cases. The commands are simple and straightforward, just like our dear detective. Let's start with the basics. To run Sherlock, you simply type python3 sherlock.py, followed by the username you're investigating. Sherlock will then roll up its digital sleeves and start hunting across different social media platforms. Now don't be surprised if Sherlock starts rattling off a list of sites. That's just it doing its detective work. Each line represents a different platform that Sherlock has checked. If it finds a match, it'll let you know. But wait, there's more. Sherlock is not just a one-trick pony. You can use various options to fine-tune your search. For instance, you can use the Cite option to limit your search to specific sites. Or you can use the JSON option to get the results in a neat JSON format. You might also notice some color coding as Sherlock works. Green means Sherlock found a match, yellow means the site is being checked, and red means Sherlock couldn't find anything. But remember, just because Sherlock didn't find anything doesn't mean the account doesn't exist. It's a tool, not a psychic. Interpreting the results is as easy as pie. A successful search will return the URL of the social media account. If Sherlock couldn't find anything, it simply means the user doesn't have an account on that platform or it's well hidden. And there you have it, folks. Sherlock at your service. It's like having your personal cyber detective always ready to dive into the intricate web of social media. Just remember to use your newfound powers for good. After all, with great power comes great responsibility. Let's keep our web a safer place, one username at a time. Now, even Sherlock has his limits. He can't find the missing socks from your laundry, for example. As we delve into the world of digital detective work, it's crucial to understand that Sherlock, like any tool, is not omnipotent. It's a brilliant piece of software, but it has its boundaries. Firstly, Sherlock can't find private accounts. Yes, it's a bit of a bummer. You might be thinking, well, what's the point then? But hear me out. Sherlock is designed to help locate public accounts on various social media platforms. It's not a hacking tool to invade someone's privacy. After all, even our tech-savvy detective respects boundaries. Secondly, if an account has been deactivated, Sherlock is as clueless as a goldfish in a desert. It can't track down accounts that no longer exist in the virtual world. So, if you're trying to find your old MySpace account from the early 2000s, chances are Sherlock won't be much help. And thirdly, Sherlock can't guarantee results. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sometimes you might hit the jackpot and find exactly what you're looking for. Other times you might end up with a list of accounts that have nothing to do with your search. It's a game of probabilities, not certainties. Here's a little nugget of wisdom for you. Sherlock is not a substitute for good old-fashioned investigation and critical thinking. It's a tool that can aid your search, but it can't do all the heavy lifting for you. Sherlock provides a starting point, a jump-off place from which you can begin your digital detective work. So remember, Sherlock is a tool, not a magic wand. It is a digital detective sidekick, helping to uncover the vast landscape of social media. But it's up to you, the user, to take those findings and make sense of them. After all, Sherlock is only as good as the detective using it. Well, we've come to the end of our detective journey. You now know how to find social media accounts using Sherlock. What a ride, right? We dived into the mystery of Sherlock, walked through its tools, and even saw it in action. We discovered how to install and unleash this powerful tool. We also took a moment to understand its limitations, because even the best detectives have their off days. In the first act of our journey, we explored the enigma that is Sherlock, a tool that's more than just a nod to our favorite literary detective. It's a brilliant utility, capable of finding social media accounts faster than you can say, "Elementary, my dear Watson." Next, we ventured into Sherlock's toolkit. We learned about Python, the programming language that powers Sherlock, and talked about its versatility and simplicity. We even touched on the importance of a good internet connection. After all, a detective is only as good as his resources. Then we rolled up our sleeves and got our hands dirty, installing Sherlock. We took it slow, step by step, making sure no one was left behind in this tech adventure. We installed Python, set up Sherlock, and before we knew it, we were ready to hunt down those elusive social media accounts. In the fourth act, we let Sherlock loose. We saw how it sniffs out social media accounts across the web, leaving no stone unturned. It was like watching a bloodhound on the scent, only this bloodhound was digital and didn't slobber. Of course, we also acknowledged that Sherlock isn't perfect. It has limitations, like the inability to crack passwords or bypass security measures. But remember, it's not about breaking the rules, it's about understanding the digital landscape and knowing where to look. So, there you have it. You're now equipped with the know-how to use Sherlock. Experiment with it, unleash your inner detective, and remember, every great detective started somewhere. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to Hacker's Den, where we solve tech mysteries one video at a time. Until next time, happy investigating.